Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome for your new folks. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Your support really matters. Today I wanted to introduce you to my pigeons and my loft. But they're not ordinary pigeons, no. They're racing pigeons. And I'll tell you all about it in this episode. Although I may have some concerns with the purity of the genetics, these are actually racing pigeons. And most of them I've bred myself from the original stock of 5 pigeons. My plan is to show you a few episodes periodically on these birds and introduce you to the stock individually. But today, I'd like to explain what are racing pigeons, show you the setup that I have, and what you think about it, as well as do a small fly. So, if you want to see them race or fly, stay tuned to the video, it's all coming up. Let's start with the setup. This is my holding pen, which can actually take about 30 birds. And I do have a brood pen, which have 8 breeding sections. Now pigeons can get very dirty when they are breeding, as you can see here. They poop right in the same box. This is a new box. It was not used for the last 6 months and it was only used to brood this one chick, and it's covered in feces. But if you look, the pigeon themselves are clean. I don't know how this is possible, but it happens. The bulk of the stock are now molting, so there's lots of feathers on the ground in the holding pen. But I clean it at least once a week, so it'll be an easy fix. We also have an entry exit door that the pigeon have been trained to come in and out of the holding pen, so I can lock the door when they're outside and they'll go back in on their own. The roof of the holding pen is flat enough to be a landing area, and the pigeon love to land on it whenever I let them out for a fly. I let them fly fairly often. The flock can be easily recognized with their suckling technique that they do. Most racing pigeons would suckle around the loft and periodically increase the size of this suckle, but they never really go too far from where they live. They are also very maneuverable in the sky. This helps them against predators like the peregrine falcon when they go on long flies. So, let me tell you what are racing pigeons. So, racing pigeons actually fly in races. You don't take them to the park where they fly around in circles as you would run a race, but their races are usually measured by the distance they fly and the time they take to fly that distance. So you normally race against other people with racing pigeons. The racing pigeons is a modification of the homing pigeon, so they always come back home. Now, the good ones come back home much faster than the others. They are usually bred for color and familial traits, and the best ones, of course, gets bred the most. They're normally kept in large flocks, of sometimes even 1,000 birds, and they're so beautiful to see them fly in the sky. Now, here is an introduction. This is El Nino, the boy. This was one of my first racing pigeons that I had, and I had him when he was only 6 weeks old. I'll tell you why later on. You can see he has this purplish hue to his color, but nothing too special. I can actually identify him when he's flying in the sky by the patterns on his wings, which in time you will get to identify as well. Let me introduce you to Gringo, or Senor Gringo, the fastest male that I have, possibly the fastest bird that I have. He's actually a really good breeder, and his offspring have been the fastest as well. So he's paired up with one I call Blue, who's also really fast. You'll see her next. And Gringo got his name because he's pure white. And I gave all my first birds Spanish names. He has bull's eye, which is not going to change. And he's currently sporting a brood patch because the males actually brood the egg as well as the female. They take shifts actually. I'll show you that in an episode. All my pigeons carry a metal band on the right leg, and proven males carry a blue band, plastic band on the left. This is Blue. Blue is easily recognized in the sky, of course, with her 2 white feathers on the right wing. You would see this blue pigeon flying with just a white flash on the right. She is a very fast bird as well. And paired up with Gringo, they make some beautiful offsprings that's very fast. Her name is Senora Azul, the blue woman. She is very fast. All my female pigeons carry a pink band on the left leg as well as the metal band on the right. Blue has orange eyes, which makes it really beautiful. Her offspring also has it. This is the new brood. He'll be gray with black bars on the wings, but I've never seen this pair make a gray offspring before, so I think there was some infidelity. Pigeons generally pair for life, but they could mate with other pigeons along the way. This chick is only a couple of weeks old, and he'll be fully feathered in no time. Should be flying by 6 weeks. They normally brood two chicks per brood. However, only one egg made it. This could be because it's their first breeding since I started them back. They're already on the second box with two eggs, so it should be okay. Just look at him. All the new feathers are coming in. They come in very fast and they're always so heavy and chunky, baby pigeons. This is my only other blue pigeon and she's completely blue. She's 6 months old and already a very good flyer. She's covered in juvenile plumage. You can see the young feathers. You may not be able to recognize it as yet, but these are baby feathers. She's a really good flyer and she also has orange eyes. She's the daughter, well, I think it's a girl, yeah. She's the daughter of Blue. We'll know the sex in a couple of months, but I think she's a girl. I haven't named her as yet, so leave some suggestions in the comments. Buds are in the box. Going with my best 8, well, besides the breeding pair. See them in there. They're all calm and comfortable. Yep, it's now 1:56 p.m. 8th of September. I'm going to do what we call a distance trial with these birds. I only packed 8 of my pigeon in here. Let me try to take them out. Easy there, little fella. It's okay. Woo. I put sawdust for the travel. This is the youngest one in the 8. It's a bit dusty. You can see it's just a blue. Nice young blue bird. In this 8, 6 are actually siblings. 1, 2, no, these 4 are siblings. Okay, let me get you out there now. Woo! So much dust. So much dust. This is a beautiful white. Let me show you him. I'll show you them after the flight. They're really dusty now. I'm going to release them in 2s. And they are gone. They should circle a bit. Yep, let me get these 2 boys out next. It's one of the young males. Nonchalant bird. Easy there now. This is a double bar. I only have 2 double. Oh, that's a single bar actually. Another one of the young males. Gone as well. And they're gone. Okay. Those are the big boys. Again, they're a bit dusty because of the wood shavings in the transport pen. Look at this boy. He's a beauty. He would be the third eldest of all my pigeons. You can see his number, K003. He also has a blue band 131. I'd expect him to be home before I get there. Nice bird. Easy there, big fella. This other male. Woo, so dusty. Pretty. The turbulence was too much again, so I have to voice it over. Normally what you would do is release all the pigeons together and fly them as a group. Sometimes the fastest pigeon would leave the group and reach back home faster. You measure the distance that you release them from and the time they take to get back to the loft. Now, You would microchip this pigeon so you know the exact time. I'll have a microchip reader at the entry. Now I'll show you the entry. I do not have a microchip reader, but I can set up my motion sensor camera so it can tell the exact time the pigeons returned to the loft. In future, I plan to put a microchip reader as well as a landing strip so they can land and go inside, but of course there's work to be done. Now you can see here that blue and white pigeon there. The two blue and white actually flew out the box before I could release them, and they were suckling a bit before going down. Now they're easy to recognize because they have blue body and white wings. I will show you one in a minute when I get back to the loft. I actually had vet work to do, so couldn't head back home at the moment. I knew I'd be there in about an hour and a half. Okay, it's hot up here. I had to come back. So I just released 8 buds. In those 8 are 4 of my best buds, okay? Well, 4 of my 8 best buds. But I released 8 buds. You did not get to see the 2 blue and white in hand, but when we get back home, we will see them. But yeah, this is a distance trial, but I took the time. It's 1:55 p.m. It's almost 2 p.m. now. And we're all the way up at 7 Swayze, which is at the north of the island. I think it should be a 15-kilometer flight. I'll have to confirm. It could be more. I think it was 20 kilometer actually. So let's see. It's just about 12 miles, 12, 13 miles. We will confirm that by the time the video is up. So I got home about an hour and a half later, and only 5 pigeon was there, to my great surprise. The young blue and white one was there, but my fastest and favorite bird was missing. Here you can see the old fella Abuelo. He's actually young, but I'm going to call him Abuelo now. I'm stuck on it. So we don't need a name for him. You see how he looks like he has gray hair and gray beard? He has orange eyes as well. I'm going to take the orange cap off his foot and put a permanent plastic blue band. This is El Nino. He's the big fella. I'm just showing you his feathers again. If you look good, you can see he's molting. He's changing the wing feather. But as adult birds, they would change one feather at a time. So it's okay to fly like this. The dogs were very noisy, so I couldn't use the original audio. But you can see the blue ring on the left says 131. So it's El Nino. This was the white one earlier that had a lot of sawdust on her. I think she's a female. I haven't named her as yet, but I'm thinking to name her La Blanca. But, of course, if you have something more creative, put it in the comments, yeah? I'd love to give her a name. Actually, I have about 12 pigeons that need naming. This little blue and white one, I have not named her either. I know she's a female, but I have not put a pink band on hers yet. I only put the pink band on the females when they actually start breeding. And I'm not sure if I'm ever going to breed this one. She's so beautiful with white on the edge and the blue. You can see her when she's flying. Here's another look with a little bit less light interference. She's in her second year actually. It's a young bird. So those feathers would get a lot stronger and thicker when she molts. But she should keep the blue and white color. Let's end this episode with another look of Abuelo inside of the holding pen. And if you've gotten this far, I know you're going to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done it already. Look out for the next episode coming. I think we're going to do another fly, although I'm not sure who's going to fly as yet, and talk about some of the things like feeding, etc.